I've spent well over £600 on books, which thinking about it now is pretty mental, because this right here, it's pretty much like 60 lifetimes of knowledge. In my quest of like acquiring knowledge, I've read pretty much the majority of them, but there are 6 key ones that stand out to me when it comes to improving the quality of your life, or just improving your life as a whole. And so, here are the 6 that will quickly improve your life. We'll start off with The Subtle Art of Not Giving a F by Mark Manson. And this is a book about, well, what it says on the title. I mean, it cuts out all of the positive mindset fairy tale BS and teaches you how to truly become a happier and more fulfilled person, basically using anecdotes and stories from his own life. And this whole book just has a tone of like no bullshit whatsoever. It's straightforward, straight to the point, and this could be the first book you ever read if you're just getting started. The main takeaway is choosing what you should care about, as that's where resilience, happiness, and freedom comes from. It's the idea of not caring what others think and prioritizing what you want to prioritize and not what others are telling you to, something which our friend Mark Manson outlines very well. Book number 2 is The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Now, the best way I can describe this book is that if you picture your brain like an operating system, like Windows out of a computer, and you want it to run to the best capabilities that it possibly can, this is the book that you need to read to unlock those like overdrives, or whatever you want to call them. Each habit is like its own unique tool that, when built together and stacked on top of each other, it helps you level up as a person overall. And when I picked this up, I thought it would be like a straight copy and paste from Wikipedia, because I thought, how many habits can there be to the point where I'm hearing the same ones over and over again? But these are actually quite unique, you'll be surprised. Book number 3 is The Way of the Superior Man. This book just explores the challenges and dynamics of intimate relationships, sexuality, and personal growth. The author, David Dada, discusses the concept of the superior man, emphasizing the importance of living with purpose, authenticity, and a deep understanding of one's own masculinity. It's a book that covers a lot of topics about what you hear in the modern day, like Tate and stuff like this, but let's just say from a better perspective. It's also got a lot of practical advice in it, from dealing with women, getting into relationships, how to understand different emotions and this kind of thing. If you want to level up as a man especially, this is a book to read. Next, we're going to go with The Almanac of Nal Ravikant. This book is like a pocket-sized treasure chest of like wisdom. It was written by a guy called Eric Johnson, who basically studied Nal Ravikant, the person who the book's about, for like decades. He went through every tweet, every interview, every piece of something out there that Nal says something about, and basically put it in this book and split it up into sections: health, wealth, happiness, that kind of thing. And if you don't know who Nal Ravikant is, he's basically like a modern day sage, philanthropist, like been on Joe Rogan, that kind of stuff. And it's all very, very practical. Like, I read this, and coming from someone that has lived a lifetime, you think it's going to be quite far-fetched. You think it's going to be all about theory and this kind of thing, but it's actually very like, read this book, take action, which is lovely to see. The 5th one is The Daily Stoic by Ryan Holiday. And it's one that I'm actually rereading at the moment because it's the start of the year and I read it every single year. Now, if you don't know what Stoicism is basically the practical philosophy that originated in ancient Greece and Rome. It encourages focusing on what you can control, accepting the present moment, and cultivating virtues like wisdom or courage. If you've seen the meme of like this Stoic being peaceful and calm and accepting of everything, that is basically the life that Stoics live. And the reason this book's so cool is because it's got 366 meditations on wisdom, perseverance, and the art of living, which basically means every day is dated and every day has a new chapter or some kind of lesson to learn, as you can see here. And you can literally read it every year, and it just starts to reinforce these principles within your own life. And finally, we'll go for Thinking Fast and Slow. This is like a mind-bending roller coaster through the world of decision making. Picture this, right? You've got 2 systems in your brain. System 1 is running the intuition and snap judgments, right, being fast, and the other one is on deliberate, thoughtful analysis, being slow. Kahneman, I think that's how you say his name, takes you on like a joyride, revealing the quirks and biases that influence your choices. It's like having like a friendly chat with a psychologist that basically just analyzes each of your choices, tells you how to make the better ones, the smarter ones, and make them quicker and more effectively. And that, ladies and gents, is the 6 books that I would suggest you read to quickly improve your life. And if you want 23 more books just like this about entrepreneurship and personal development, then look at the top link in the description below. It will take you to a newsletter, sign up to it, and it will be straight in your inbox, just as a nice gesture. And cheers, I'll see you in the next one.